You're missing the target from there. You want bloody shooting. Oh, it's crap. Oh, it's bloody rubbish. It's rubbish.
But how do you react though when someone, you know, from your playing staff comes in and says, "Boss, I think you're doing this wrongly"?
Good. Well, I ask him which way he thinks it should be done. We get down to it, and then we talk about it for 20 minutes, and then we decide I was right.
Hey, how we doing? I decided to do like an impromptu watch along for the Wolves Newcastle game. I'm LongHaired Yeti. How's everyone doing? Everyone's good. So let's see what is going on in this game. Hopefully you can't hear it. Don't think you can. I can hardly hear it, to be honest, but... Hey, how you doing, Cole Rossi, mate? Nice 5-0 win earlier on. Can't be bad. Nketiah finally showed up. So, I mean, you got to get credit where it's due at the end of the day. So, how are you, man? Right, well, so far from what I've seen of this game, Wolves are playing pretty well, to be honest. It's like 33 minutes in. The Wolves are actually playing pretty well. 5-0, can't complain. Sheffield were absolutely shocking. Yeah, there was, mate. There was. But yeah, you've got to beat what's in front of you at the end of the day, ain't you? You know what I mean? So, it's not the toughest game. It's one that everybody expected you to win. But you still got to go and win it. So, you know, and you did. And I've got to give Nketiah credit. I mean, you know, his first goal, beautiful first touch, puts him in a position to score. Brilliant. And then gets his second goal, you know, pulls back, great stuff. And then puts that in. And, you know, his third I thought was really, really good. I know Wolf was saying he didn't really get challenged, but, you know. Red Bull Vodka, how you doing, man? You ready for Liverpool? Not really. That one's going to be a really interesting one, to be honest. Oh, it's 1-0 to Newcastle. Just noticed because it just updated. Don't know who scored because I didn't see it. Park the bus, Mourinho style. Yeah, I did that. I think that's 100% what we'll do. We'll park the bus. I mean, I don't think anyway. You can't do anything different to Liverpool at Anfield. You know what I mean? You've got to try and hit them on the counter. I mean, me personally, I mean, I'm more of a, you know, I just go for it. But, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? All right, geezer, mate. Yeah, all right, buddy. Good to see you, Red Bull Vodka. Cheers for everybody who's in here. Big up, appreciate it. Neto now on the right-hand side. Pass it into the middle. Don't know many of these players, to be honest. All right, Nori. Back to Neto. Neto here. Ooh. Good save from Pope. Knock it over for a corner. Always a pleasure, Yeti. Same for you, man. Come on if you want. Have to call Rossi on the show. That'd be awesome. Yeah, hit the likes, man. Hit the subscribes and stuff. I'm on 91 now. Oh, yes! Newcastle have scored. Newcastle Wolves have scored. It's 1-1. It's a good one. It's the first time he's ever scored for Wolves. Yeah, it's a good game. It is a really good game, to be honest. I'll tell you what, you got to check out that stream with Tony Claude Gunner. Big up Tony Claude Gunner as well. And Wolf Fang Division as well. That stream was awesome, man. That was so much fun. The watch along against Arsenal Sheffield United. It was so much fun. It was ripping Tony Claude so much. I mean, fair play to the guy. I mean, he handled it really well. It was just a hell of a lot of fun. It's so much fun, that stream. So, yeah, Newcastle got it now in the defence. Pass it out to the left-hand side. Oh, beautiful move by Newcastle. Good challenge. Good challenge from Dawson to stop the move. It was looking a good move, to be fair. Till that tackle. Everyone's doing good on this Saturday night. So I'm doing good. Waiting for the game tomorrow. Going to be an interesting game tomorrow. It all depends on how it goes in the first sort of 10-20 minutes for me. We've got a lot of players out, but I don't want to be using that as an excuse. But you know, we've got to do what we've got to do in these games. Otherwise, we don't deserve to be in the Premier League. So, we got the Luton game, which was bloody frustrating, absolutely frustrating what we did there. But it is what it is, and you just have to move on from it. Should have been 3 points, 100%. But if you score 2 goals and then sit back, you get what you deserve at the end of the day. It's exactly what Arsenal did at the start of the season. They didn't get what they deserved, but we did. So, what can you say? Newcastle now on the attack. Longstaff on the right-hand side. Back to Trippier. Ball into the box. Defended by Wolves. Out for a throw-in. I'm looking forward to the RWC final and Fury fight. Rooting for Margie and Garno, but he's getting smoked. Mate, I don't like boxing now. It's become a circus, man. It really has become a circus, boxing has. I used to love watching boxing, the old Nigel Benn Eubank fights, and watching Frank Bruno and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've seen some epic fights, but now it just seems like a circus. It's like, they'll invite me to have a fight with somebody soon. I'm not doing it because, well, I can't box for a start, but I think a lot of them are in it just for the money. Beautiful from Newcastle, that was. Corner to Newcastle. No, I just think since the um, Conor McGregor Mayweather fight, everybody's just getting involved in boxing now. It's becoming more like the WWE, to be honest. And all these YouTubers fighting as well. It's just ridiculous. I used to love watching old fights with my dad. It's boring now, like a lot of sports these days. Yeah, it's just become about money. It's like, I mean, how long is it going to be before Pierce Brosnan offers out to Leonardo DiCaprio? I mean, it's just all about money. I can't, I don't get excited for those fights. Oh, good shot from Guimaraes, good deflection, back to a corner. Big up Mama Flossie. I know she's going through some stuff at the moment, so big up to her. Big love, massive love to Mama Flossie. Hopefully things work out and she's all right. I agree, it's a clown circus fest, and Fury disappoints after he woke up against Wilder first fight when it was an over count. Fury is just now gone with the flow, whereas before he was like a straight up fighter. He just goes with the flow now, and he don't want to face anybody who's like going to give him a challenge or anything like that. I mean, the biggest disappointment for me with Fury was when he fought Chisora, and then he said after the fight, he wanted to help his mate up. He wanted to help his mate out. It's like, fair enough, you want to help your mate out, that's great, but people pay for that fight. You know what I mean? Show some bloody respect. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time for that. Fair enough, you want to help out your mate. Well, meet him in a sparring thing, and don't expect other people to fucking pay for it. It's ridiculous, man. It's like bloody WWE. There's never any challenge in that fight from Chisora. It's ridiculous. He's fighting Usyk after at least. You see, that's the fight that needs to be the one. You know. That is the fight that needs to be the one. I'm tired of people just trying to make money off doing stupid shit. I've had enough of it. And big up TJ Warren as well, who's streaming at the moment. Big up Dow. Big up Connor. Big up Jez. Big up Lee Gunner. Big up all of them, man. They're all good content creators. And we all just do our thing at the end of the day. I'm happy for Francis getting some bag. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I get that. I get that totally. But the thing is, right, Cole, for me, right, if I was like a major fighter, yeah, I want to get the plaudits instead of oh, you just took this on for money. But then again, I've never been about money ever. I'm not about money. That's why I don't sit on these streams and go, "Oh, buy Boohoo Man. Oh, buy this and buy Surfshark and all this kind of stuff." That's why I don't do those sponsorships and all that kind of stuff, because that's not what I'm about. The thing is with me is like, I pretty much live on my own. So, doing streams is my chance to sort of have a chat with people and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. Slick Rick Yeti, how you doing, Tony, man? What about that stream earlier, man? That was hilarious. That was so funny. I really enjoyed that. AFC always big up, Yeti. Big up to you as well, man. I hope things are going well for you now, man. I really do. And I say that honestly as well. I know a lot of streamers say it just, for the thingy. I mean it 100%. That was class, bro. It was awesome. It was brilliant. That is a thing. You know what? Like since I started doing YouTube, I've always been like, I like to see the people that I'm going to be going on stream with beforehand to see how, whether I'm going to get on with them or whatever and see whether they're going to be complete fucking dickheads. I can handle the dickheads, but sometimes I just don't want to. So it was interesting being on a stream where there was actually arguments and, going against somebody and stuff like that, because that was like a new thing for me. And to be honest, I really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. Big up, Danny, mate. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, matey? I'm going to be doing a watch along tomorrow for the Forest game, which is going to be interesting, to be fair. I wouldn't say that's a penalty because he's tried to kick the ball and hit the player instead, to be honest. Did he even hit the player? I don't know. I don't think that's a penalty. I think that's a total player that's going for the ball, and does he even hit the player? I don't think he even hits the player. I really don't think he hits the player. Man, they're fucking checking this like fuck. I don't think he hits the player. But anyway. Oh, well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, 100%, man. Oh, you're always a real one, man, you are. Bro, best thing is living alone. I had nightmares living with a few different girlfriends. I prefer being alone, no drama. I agree with you, Red Bull. I agree with you, man. I mean, my ex, oh my days, at times I could have killed her. I'm not even lying. So yeah. Big up, Dow. How you doing, buddy? Do you want to come on? You can come on, mate, if you want. Just doing a watch along, so you can come on. He's given it. I don't think that was a penalty, to be honest, but fair enough. I married a real one, so I'm lucky, but it's far, far better being alone than stuck in a shit relationship. Agreed. It is. It 100% is. 100%. There's some good ones out there. There's some bad ones out there, and I've had a fair few bad ones, but I've had a fair few good ones as well, and I've not done the right thing with those good ones either. So I mean, I'm not a saint. I'm not a saint in any sense of the word, to be fair. But you do what you do, and you be who you are, and sometimes it's not the best thing, and sometimes it's not the way you should be. I mean, I've had two that was, really good people, but at the time, it wasn't for me. So, so it's not all down to them. A lot of it's down to us as well. I know a few people stuck in bad ones. It's sad they don't have the bottle to leave. Some people are like that. Some people just don't have that bottle to realise that it's not for them. I mean, you got to look at some women who get abused and beaten up and stuff like that. They just cannot break away from what it is. I mean, I've never understood it because, like, I'm the kind of person. If I was in a situation like that, then I'm even getting out or I'm knocking her out. You know what I mean? There's no other way for me. But everybody's different, so you have to take that into account. You know, Don't want to burp at the same time as having a drink. Jeez, that was not good. Went right on my nose. Right, okay, so I'm going to fire you the link, Dal, if you want to come on, man. It's up to you. Same as you, Cole. You can come on if you want. It's entirely up to you. Where are you on here? There you go. I need a piss, actually. So if you want to come on, you can come on and take over because I need a pee. Nightmare on Cole Street. You have different kinds of relationships. I mean, my ex, man, if she had a few drinks, she just started being a complete twat. It was like, it was absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. It's like she started dancing with some guys, and then all of a sudden these guys would be wanting something at the end of it, and then I'd have to stand in and basically say, "Get the fuck out of here." Do you know what I mean? And she'd be like, so I put myself into a situation. I mean, there was two guys once who were just standing around her, and she just turned around to me and said, "I don't want these around me anymore." And I'm like, "Well, why are you fucking dancing and shaking your ass with them then?" And then all of a sudden, these guys go, "Oh yeah, well, she's mine tonight," and I'm like, "Well, she ain't young, because I'll knock you out, you prick." And I got in so many situations like that, and then the other guy had turned around and go, "You ain't knocking anybody out," and this, that, and the other, and then come to me, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" Got in so many stupid situations with my ex. She was a dickhead, though, man. She was a dickhead, and the only reason we was together was because I saw a picture of her on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to be with her." I mean, she talks all kinds of shit about me now, and she's full of shit, man. Some women are absolutely full of shit. I never fucking did anything to her. I'm not that way. I'm not that way made. I'm really not that way made at all. It's just not how I am. If you challenge me as a guy, I'll fucking hit you. If you challenge me as a guy dressed as a woman, I'll fucking hit you because you're still a guy. You're still a fucking man, no matter what your delusions tell you. You're still a man, so I'll still fucking slap you one. I don't give a shit whether you got a dress on or what. I'll still smack you. Right. Anyway, let's have a look. I've passed the link to Dal. I need a pee actually. I'll be back in a sec. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Right, so we got, where did we go? Nightmare on Coal Street, real. Should it have been a pen? I don't think it was a pen, to be fair. I really don't think it was a pen. But I don't think, I don't know, whatever. Have people over in the Gaff Yeti when I get myself up sorted, I'll hop on, bro. Yeah, 100%, man. You're always welcome, you know that. I want to get Chinese kebab curry. What you reckon? A poll? I don't know how to do a poll, mate, so I have no idea. How do you do a poll? I don't know. No idea. But I would have a Chinese. I love Chinese. Chow mein. Fucking, yeah, that's about it, really. But yeah. I love egg fried rice as well. Egg fried rice, chicken fried rice. Quite like that as well. Toxic women don't care about your safety. They want the fix. Exactly. 100%. And you know what? She was shit in bed as well. She was absolutely fucking shit in bed. 100%. She was boring. She never did fucking anything. It's like just laid there like a fucking. If I want that, then I'd be a necrophiliac and shag dead bodies, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? It just weren't for me. My ex-girlfriend never danced with other guys. That shit don't fly in my eyes. No, well, I left her to it. I'm one of these that just leaves them to it and then deals with it afterwards. Probably stupid on my part, to be honest. Sound like an absolute danger she does. Yeah, she was, man. She was, 100%. Funny thing I noticed, all my toxic women ended up with much worse guys. Yeah, they do. They do. They don't understand what they've got when they've got it. Do you know what I mean? They don't understand what they've got when they've got it. But, you know, that's down to them at the end of the day. That was not a pen, really. I don't think it was a pen, mate. I really don't think it was a pen. Are you going to watch Fury? If so, how much cost? I don't think I'll watch that, mate. Just don't interest me at all. Big up, Maltor, mate. How you doing, buddy? Always good to see you, bud. Roast duck chow mein. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, making me hungry now. She was a cold fish. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought you were already a necrophiliac Yeti. Not quite. Not quite. Give me some dead women and I might be. I don't know. If you supply the dead women's bodies, then I might be a necrophiliac. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one, I think. That one is, we'll have to put that to the test at some point. I mean, you know, half the women I've had sex with have been like dead bodies anyway, so it probably won't be any different, really. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've had some good ones though. I have had some good ones that I've actually pushed away. To be fair, but you know, you do that. That's how it goes. You know, you can't like put it on anybody else. It's on yourself. Have a good evening, fellas. See you tomorrow, yeah, for the Liverpool Forest match. Yes, you will, man. You will. Yeah, real one, Danny. Danny, you're awesome, mate. All of you are awesome, actually. But, you know, big up to you guys. Big up to you. I've sent the link to Dal, but I don't see him. I think I did. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. But, yeah, so game tomorrow is a crazy one. We don't like Liverpool. We really don't like Liverpool. Big up Tony Ibarra. How you doing, buddy? I keep getting mixed up with that name, DJ Crane. Why are you all of a sudden using that instead of Tony Ibarra? Stop confusing me, man. Stop confusing me, man. It's not that hard, but, don't do it. Dal said he might be on in a few, mate. Nice one. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, anybody can come on here. I think I can have 4 people on here. I'm not sure. But anybody can come on here and we just chat and just have a laugh. Like that one earlier. That one earlier was quality, man. Absolute quality. It was good to see Wolf back as well. I hadn't seen him for a while. I had my suspicions about Wolf, but we had a good chat a long time ago. So, I'm 50 years old, but I have my suspicions about certain people. But you know what? He's a good guy. Wolf is a good guy. Tony Cordbunner is a good guy as well. I mean, we ripped him to shit in that stream. We absolutely ripped him to shit in that stream, and he handled it. So fair play to him. I've always had DJ Crane went to Tony so everyone could see my real name, but too many Tonys, so I had to switch back. Okay, mate. It's just sometimes I see it and I'm like, who the fuck's that? Yeah, smash them likes up, hit them subscribes. I've got 91 subscribers now on the road to 100. Never in a million years thought that'd be the case, to be honest. I hate the clear and obvious error rule. Yeah, I do as well. To be honest, I hate the old VAR thing, to be honest. I mean, back in the day when we used to go to games or watch games, refs make mistakes, and it's just, that's the way it goes. So, you get over it. You go and have a few beers, you get pissed, you don't realise there was even a game that took place eventually. And that's how we always used to do it back in the day. I don't think it was needed. Is it clear and obvious? Yeah, he needs a refill. 100%, mate. You seen this fucker? Look at it. Look at it. See, Tony knows what time it is. Tony knows what time it is. It's time for another refill. Let me just turn this fucking Chinese people talking off the fucking stream. Yeah, so gotta have a refill now. So Tony is absolutely correct in the fact that I need a refill. How do you see the game going tomorrow, guys? Forest against Liverpool. What do you guys think? $10:30 and I'm on my second course. Can't blame you, man. I used to love that drink. I used to love Coors Light, but it's just, I think I've got to a point now where I just need stronger stuff. I mean, I started drinking Stella, and that's gone weaker and weaker. I've noticed that, that's gone totally weak now. So now it's like Carlsberg Export. Time for Yeti to get banned from his own private pub. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, there's no way I'm going to make it in this YouTube game. There's no way. I've already put myself to that. There's no way I'm going to make it in this YouTube game. Because I'm always going to tell it like it is. I'm always going to tell it real. I'm not going to be twerking for fucking Manscaped and all that kind of bollocks. Well, actually, bollocks is probably the right way of saying it, because that's what Manscaped fucking shaves, isn't it? Well, I mean, they don't shave it, but you know what I mean. I had to quit during weekdays, but on weekends I'm a fiend. Yeah, 100%. I try to keep it to weekends now, because, like, the situation I'm in at the minute is, I don't want to be drinking every day. I don't, I don't want to become alcoholic or anything like that. Although becoming alcoholic is in the mind. It's having a weak mind. So, if you got a strong mind, you're all right. It's the cigarettes I want to fucking deck and want to get rid of. But I mean, I did used to smoke 40 a day. And I just smoke when I drink, because it goes well with beer. So I can't help doing it. That's the habit I need to break. The smoking with beer. But it's not going to happen, and we're all going to die one day anyway, so whatever. You just got to, as long as you enjoy your time, then that's all it's about, isn't it, really? I'm not going to be going on about that shit. Right, are we, right, we're coming back out for the second half. Well, I'm not coming out for the second half. I mean, they are. Have they made any substitutions? I don't think there's been no substitutions made or anything. Newcastle's winning 2-1. I've drank at least 4 a day for the last 3 years. See, that's where your problem is, man. You need your 5 a day. You need your 5 a day, not your 4 a day. Weekends I have a lot more, but I don't get drunk or go overboard with it. No, but that's it. I mean, I like to do it just to the point where, well, actually, I don't, because as soon as I get to the point where I'm happy, or where I'm settled, I still keep carrying on. So, no point saying that. See, I don't really go out nowadays. I used to go out all the time, but I don't bother nowadays because there's so many fake wankers. I just cannot be doing with fake wankers. I like real people. And as far as I'm concerned, you guys are real. I'm not just saying that because you're on my stream. I'm saying that because I mean it. If I thought you was fake, I'd tell you. I've always been straight up in that respect. Right, Wolves coming down the right hand side. Newcastle defend it. Goes out for a throw in. Still 2-0 to Newcastle. 2-1 to Newcastle, I mean. Not a good ball from Wolves. Newcastle, if they could just get that right. If they could just get that passing right. They would be fucking phenomenal. They could just get that passing right. But I suppose that's the same for every team, isn't it, really? What do you think to that new Heelung song, Carl Rossi? I thought it was awesome. Them fucking lockdowns put some people in a fuck situation with alcohol, man, myself included. I'll be honest with you. A lot of my life, I've been on my own. And I think when the lockdown thing happened, I was already skilled at it. Because I tell you what, the one thing I think that you need to get skilled at in life is being able to be on your own. Because you never know what's going to happen in life, and you could all of a sudden be on your own. So that is one of the major skills in life for me. You've got to learn how to be on your own and be all right with it. Because any of us at any time could all of a sudden end up on our own. And if we know how to deal with it and we can deal with it, then, we're better people for it. You're not always going to have people around you. You're not always going to have, I don't like people anyway, but you're not always going to have that thing. I mean, I've never been the kind of person that needs other people to be myself. You know what I mean? And that's probably why I took to the streaming the way I did. Because I just don't care. I mean, I used to do a lot of Twitch streams and stuff like that. I never had the cam on. I think the biggest thing that I've done this year is actually to be on cam. And I was quite surprised how I took to it. Yeah, same. They call me elusive for a reason. Yeah, I mean, the worst. I mean, if I look at it, the worst case scenario for me is when you're out, right, and you're having a drink, and you just stood in the corner, just minding your own business, and then that twat comes up and starts talking to you, and starts giving it the. Oh, I was in the Navy, I was this, that, and the other, and all this, that, and the other. And all you're thinking is, why don't you die, mate? Because you're getting on my nerves. Although, to be fair, I do normally say it. I mean, there was one guy when I was in Salutation in, and he was talking to me and going, "Oh yeah, I want to be a serial killer and all this, that, and the other, and I want to do this and I want to do that." And I just turned around to him eventually and went, "Why don't you just fuck off?" And he was like, "Oh, that's a bit rude," and all this, that, and the other. And I went, "Well, I'm not being funny, but that's not the kind of response I'd expect by somebody who wants to be a serial killer. That's a bit rude." "Oh, did I offend you, mate? Oh, did I offend you? Oh, I'm really sorry." Fuck me, man. Seen some pricks in my life. But not in a gay way. Yeah, this is exactly the reason I don't go out anymore outside of quiet spots. No one approaches me anyways because of my scars. I'm lucky. Yeah, I mean, I always fucking. It's like I had a magnet to the idiots. But actually, I'm not as bad as my brother. My brother's even worse. He totally had a magnet for the idiots. We'll be sitting there having a chat with everybody and all that kind of stuff and getting on. And it'd always be a fucking. I could spot them as soon as they walked in the pub. And I was like, he's going to tag to my brother at some point. I could see it, man. I could see it. I was like, he's going to tag to my brother at some point. And he turns up and then starts going, "Oh, I'm a fucking loony. Oh, I'm this, that, and the other, and this." I just could not handle. I couldn't take that kind of shit. I just turn around and go to the guy. Well, if you're a loony, then fucking do something, you prick. Yeah, he gets a lot of Navy chaps coming up to him and hitting him up. Nah, mate. Nah. Not as far as I know, anyway. I've never seen any. I did have this one time when I came out of this fucking nightclub, and this guy turned round to me and said, something about fucking sucking his dick or something like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm not interested in that shit, mate. And then he disappeared after that, but it did happen. But Malto, fuck's sake, my drink spot again. Malto's fucking awesome, mate. Absolutely fucking awesome. Is your brother or younger? Is your brother younger or older than you? He's older than me. He's older than me. Top guy though. Absolute top guy. Love him to bits. No less than 25 quid. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I can't remember. I got kicked out of the nightclub because basically I went for the DJ because he weren't playing my song. So I basically turned around to the DJ and said, if you don't play my song next, I'll fucking kick the shit out of you. And then I got kicked out of the nightclub. And then this guy turned up and started going on about sucking me dick and all that kind of crap. Oh, it's mental, mate. It's fucking mental. And I chased him down the fucking road, the dirty bastard. But yeah, it happens. Right, Wolves on the attack. Outside the box. No, Wolves are playing well, actually. Terrible cross, but Wolves are playing well. I said Wolves for relegation at the start, but not looking too bad, to be fair. Let me know when Dow's in the stream yard because I'm watching the game. There's some fucking weirdos out there, man. There is some weirdos. But it's like, I mean, like, you know, before lockdown, I mean, I used to go out and I'd just stand on my own in the corner and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, my mates would turn up later on and, you know, and it's like, how much does it cost me to go out? Or how much does it cost me to sit in and just buy beer in? It's so much cheaper. I don't even see myself being out again. I ain't paying £3 odd for a fucking pint. Fuck that. When I can get fucking 18 cans for fucking 20 quid. Bollocks to that. Bollocks to that fucker. I've never been a people person anyway. People just get on my fucking nerves. So I've never really been a people person in that respect anyway. So many fuckheads around outside. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You'll go out for a beer, mate, when I visit Nottingham, bro. Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. I'll go out when you know, I'm going out to meet like certain people and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, there's certain people that are real ones for me. My bro, Jordan, my cousin, you know, those kind of people. The other ones, I mean, you know, I mean, ever since I've not been going out or anything like that, none of them's ever messaged me and asked if I'm all right or anything like that. So the lockdown for me helped me out because it made me realise just who was fucking important and who ain't. Watch us both get nicked when we do. Yeah, probably. Most likely, man. I just don't suffer fools, and I never have. And it's just the way I am. And from my past, I spent a lot of time on my own, so it makes no difference to me whether I'm on my own or whether I'm with people. Ooh. Wolves are really up for this, to be honest. I mean, Newcastle have got it now in the centre circle. Running through. Nice ball down the right. Just passing it around now. Leeds United won. Big up to you, man. Are you a Leeds fan then, Arthur? Big up to you, mate. I think, to be quite honest, a lot of the teams that have gone down are handling it a lot better than what we did when we went down. I mean, we was down for like 23 years. Most of the teams that have actually gone down are actually doing well. No smoking bad for you. Well, I am smoking. So it's not bad for me, is it? We're all gonna die one day, mate, so who cares? Who fucking cares? Who did you beat, Arthur? Or is it Pete? Is it Pete Haywood? It's Pete Haywood escaped his basement. Anything and everything, Rossi, get to know each other better and who is more crazy. Yeah, exactly. There's someone who goes in League on the stream that keeps telling him not to smoke. I wish I didn't smoke, but you know, at the end of the day, I do. So, but like I say, I used to smoke 40 a day, so I stopped that. I just can't stop it when I've got a beer. If I've got a beer, I have to have a cigarette, and that's it. That's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. I'm glad I quit smoking like 6 years ago. Yeah, I think I probably quit smoking about 6 years ago, but then, you know, the thing is, I can't get over the having a drink and smoking. That's my issue. I cannot get over the having a drink and smoking. I won't bother all day, but as soon as I've got a drink, I have to have a cigarette. It just goes so well together. Probably by design, to be honest. And I'm falling for it. So, yeah. Who are we? Where are we? I'll tell you what, guys, don't worry about smoking because the world's going to shit. Don't know if you notice, but the world is actually going to shit. So, somebody smoking is not the most important thing that you need to be thinking about right now. we're all fucked. Unless we actually stand up and take action, we're all fucked. Yeah, there's poison everywhere anyway, in regular food we buy from supermarkets anyway, right? Fuck it, light up. Exactly, mate. If you think that is the main issue, then you need to do some fucking research, because trust me, that is not the main issue on this planet right now. The main issue on this planet right now is there's too many people that are so fucking selfish. We don't care about each other. That is one of the main issues nowadays. It's got fuck all to do with smoking. Trust me, if people don't fucking stand up, we are fucked. Forget smoking. Smoking will be the least of your worries. If you've gone out and got fucking jabbed and all that kind of stuff and believed all that kind of crap, that's where your issue is, because you're a ticking time bomb, mate. You are a ticking time bomb. We're in a bad place right now, and the only reason we're in a bad place, and it's all our faults, we've all fucking let it go. I've never let it go, but people have just let it go and just let us. I mean, we're still slaves. Don't think we're not still slaves. You just get paid for it now, but we're still slaves. See, what you got to understand is basically, if you look at the history of the way it's gone, the elites like to use the race thing. Yeah? The race thing stopped working very well. So now they've gone on to the LGBT thing. And they pushed that instead. And it's all about division, guys. It's all about division. You got to be smarter. It's all about division. They're always trying to divide us all. Yeah, pay very little, then tax on your earnings, tax on your spendings, tax on your tax. Exactly. Listen to Moto. He's talking facts. Divide and conquer. 100%. 100%. Whether it's via race, whether it's via sexuality. Sexuality, they're on that big time at the moment to divide us, because if the dividers, like Maltor says, they conquer us. If we stick together, we win. If we stick together, we win. They've got no chance. If we stick together, that we win. They've got no chance. They're 1%. We're 99%. You know? And we've just got to realise that, and we've got to research, and we've got to fucking just be smarter, man. Just be smarter. Work out who the actual enemy is. The enemy's not the other guy that's standing aside from you. The enemy is the guy that's got all the power and all the money to make you think this way or the other. You know? You just got to be smarter, man. Got to be smarter. I've always known it. Always known it. And I've been, like, looked at as a complete lunatic for most of my life because of the way I think. But trust me, back the right horse. Otherwise, your horse is going to fall at the first fence. Yeah. Even tax before you die. Fuck's sake. Know your enemy. Queuing same riff from Tom Morello. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. And you know what? This is what my channel is all about. It's not about me, being on screen or anything like that. It's all about talking facts and telling it straight. If you don't want to take it into account, that's up to you. Stay in the bubble. Because that's what you are. You're in a bubble. There's a reason all these series that come out are about the things that they're doing. There's a reason all these things, all these series that come out, all these films come out, do a certain thing and make you think a certain way. Whereas, like, if you get like a black protagonist or a female protagonist, that's to make you hate. That's to make you be annoyed at that. Yeah? They know what they're doing. Echo Rooms, Facebook and Twitter, now X, yeah. All of them are Echo Rooms. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I can guarantee you now that if you look at X every single day, you will be angry. And that's what they do with social media. They put things on there that make you angry and make you react. It's all about reaction. If they all of a sudden do a film where there's all black actors or whatever, that is to make you go, I am sick of this, and turn you racist, because that is what it's all about. Be smarter, man. Be smarter. Most people fall for it. Few who see it are afraid to admit it. Those who speak out are killed or now cancelled. Exactly. And I will always speak out. I will always speak out. Always. I need a piss. Wolves are going for it here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, goal. Goal. Beautiful from Wolves. Beautiful from Wolves. 2-2. Need a piss. Yeah. Beautiful goal from Wolves. That was a beautiful goal. Got to give it to him. This gender thing, it's all by design. This gender thing, it's not all of a sudden something that's just come up. It's all by design. Because it's all about division. It's all about dividing us. I mean, I don't give a toss if you a man and want to be a woman. I couldn't give a shit. But, you know, if you're going to be turning around to me and saying I've got to view you in this way or that way, that ain't never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It'll happen with certain people who I respect, but it won't happen with anybody else. I ain't going to call you a fucking they, them, or whatever the fuck. That's your fucking delusion, not mine. This is a good game, to be fair. Wolves, I tell you what, this guy that Bournemouth got rid of, oh dear, Pedro Neto's just pulled up. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. He was in on goal and then pulled up. That's a bad one. That's a bad one for Pedro Neto. You don't pull up when you're in on goal like that. Unless it's a bad one. That's a bad one, there is. That's a bad one. That's an hamstring. That's an hamstring. He's through on goal and then pulls up. That's it. That's an hamstring. That's bad. That's bad, that is. That's a bad one for Pedro Neto. I think that's an hamstring. No, but anyway, like I say, this gender thing, it's not something that's just appeared. This is by design. It's a major thing by design. These people, it's satanic. That's what it is. It's satanic. This whole thing that's going on now is satanic. What better way for Satan to take over is to turn women into men, men into women. I mean, do you know what I mean? The only real women are women, not men who want to be women. It's satanic, mate, and you've got to go on the side of God. Otherwise, you will pay eventually. The vaccine was the mark of the beast. I never took it. I was never going to take it. Because I could see through it. So, it is the mark of the beast. What happens between consenting adults should fucking stay in the bedroom and not be flaunted in public? Exactly. 100%. 100%. DJ Crane, I hated that word, but YouTube hates that word, but I allowed it. Yeah, big up to you, man. Pedos want to be included in the alphabet campaign. Yeah, exactly. That says it all, doesn't it, really? That says it all. It's satanic, mate. It's satanic. Be one with God or you're going to pay. I mean, I'm not 100% religious, but you look at the Bible and all that kind of stuff, and everything that's going off now is exactly the same as the Bible. Exactly the same as the Bible says. But, there's too many people getting caught in, just wanting to make money. They don't care about anything else and all this, that, and the other. I'll give you a prime example, to be honest. I mean, when we did that video, when we did that stream about bullies and all this, that, and the other, not one of the big money, apart from Lee Gunner, not one of the big money guys who are on YouTube wanted to get involved in it. Not one of them. Because they're just chasing money. They're chasing money, and I don't respect that. I don't respect that at all. You don't have money when you die. When you die, your money's gone. So what is the point of chasing money? You need to chase life. They don't want it to be called paedophilia no more. They want it called minor attractive person. Yeah, mate, I'll never accept that. Ever on this planet. I don't know if YouTube will shadow ban my comment. I don't care, mate. I don't care. This is why I know that I'll never make it on YouTube. I don't care really, because I just want to say my piece. I use this to say my piece, and and that's why I like to use this. I know at some point I'll probably get banned or whatever. So what? So what? I'm still going to say my piece. I don't give a fuck. This is how I do my thing. Newcastle, right hand side, crossover. Just past the post from shore. That's why I created this channel, to be honest. Because I wanted to say what I think about certain things. I pay YouTube monthly, so if they're going to cancel my subscription on Freedom of Seats, then I will sue for all my money back. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they've got it locked down at the end of the day. They've got it locked down. I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber, so, I mean, I'll be all right. But if you notice, like, Lee Gunner's streams nowadays, he's sort of railed it down. Because if you want to do that and you want to be big on here, you've got to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to be big on here. They've got it locked down. The only way that we can actually get anything going over it is to actually be together. And that's why they keep trying to divide us all the time. That's why the division's there. You watch X. You see fucking loads of black guys beating a white guy up. You see fucking loads of different things. And, and it's all there to divide you. Social media is a tool. That's why social media came about. It was their tool. How many times you gone on social media and you see something that makes you angry and it changes your whole entire day? That's by design. That's by design. They are dividing us constantly, and at the end of the day, we are all there. There is some people, But I mean, the only reason they're like that is because of the way the system makes it. You know, that they want to get further than you and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I've never seen it like that. You know, big up to everybody who tries to make something of themselves and tries to do something with themselves. I've never seen it as in, you know, oh, you're trying to do better than me, so, you know, you're an asshole. Nah, I've never seen it like that. Never seen it like that. It is what it is, though. I mean, and to be quite honest, we've made it this way. We've just sat back and watched it all go this way. So, I mean, we are as much culprits, not me. I've never gone with any of it, but, you know, we have actually, we're the reason that it's gone this way. Not us, but, you know, other people. Because people just don't have any guts to actually go against anything. Think those are called nutcases, Yeti. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they're going to pull it again. They're going to pull the COVID thing again. And there'll be loads of people that go with it again. Just honestly, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's been proved over time that the COVID thing was a load of bollocks. It's the flu, man. It's the flu. Stop testing for this stupid shit. I mean, one time it's fucking shoving something up your nose, and then it all of a sudden becomes part way to a fucking pregnancy test. The fuck? You fuck, how do you fucking believe that shit? It's like you watch series now to see real life, and you watch real life to see a fucking TV series. Fucking bullshit, man. '85, nearly 86 minutes gone. Wolves goalkeeper kicks it up. That was terrible. There's nobody going forward or anything. But it's a good result for Wolves, to be fair. I mean, even though they're at home, it's a good result for Wolves, to be fair, against Newcastle. Yeah, smash them likes, hit the subscribe. I mean, I don't really do that, to be honest, but do that for me if you don't mind. I'm just a normal, everyday guy who wanted to create a channel to say what I think and what I feel. If you don't agree with it, fair enough, but, you know, whatever. We're all entitled to an opinion, and that's mine. It's been mine for most of my life. I've been called crazy most of my fucking life, but I saw all this coming. That's why I do it for you, mate. Big up, man. Big up, buddy. And check out the OnlyFans. Yeah, check out the OnlyFans. On my OnlyFans, I actually take my beard off. Due to Newcastle, I mean, he's kind of a. You got to give it to Wolves, though, man. To be honest, I mean, they're fighting like fuck. This guy seems a decent manager, to be honest. Away the lads. Help Geordie, mate. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Moto, take the beard off and twirl it around. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what I do. Eight extra minutes on this game. Can Newcastle win it? Where's that team that beat PSG? Oh, that's bad. Passed it on to Wolves. Oh, just a bad pass. Wolves coming in now. Tell you what, he's played some good football. To be fair, Wolves played some good football. Corner. I love the Geordies. I do love Geordies, to be honest. Don't think there's anything in that. Oh, check's been taking place. Oh, I don't know. Nah, he's all good. They seem a great bunch. Always had experience with any Geordies I've met. Yeah, I mean, I went out in Newcastle ages ago, and it was a great night. Awesome night. Loved it. Back in a sec. Ooh. No, you pay. Right, 8 minutes extra time. 94 minutes gone. That was in the studio. Pick up my dude.
Yeah, bro. 5-0, bro.
How you doing, man?
5-0.
Got there, man.
Good. I'm good. How you doing? Look, got a little bit of
Man.
Carlsberg, huh?
Oh, yeah. I need to get sponsored by him, mate, to be honest. Always go on stream.
Get you a nice little T-shirt, little tattoo or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what have we been watching here? I think it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's got about 3 minutes left to go. Neto's gone off. He's got a big injury, I think. He looked like hamstring to me because he was going in on goal and then he pulled up. That's never a good thing, is it?
Well, hopefully he'll be okay for our Arsenal transfer in January.
Yeah, well, he probably will be all right for that. But
So what else is going on, bro? You feeling all good? Your head all right? You're not tripping on yourself?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Good. Love to hear it.
I'm doing good, man. I did that stream earlier with Tony Claude, Wolf.
That was fun.
His first like stream I've done where he's like a bit controversial and a bit argumentative and all that kind of stuff. Because I kind of sort of work away from that kind of thing. But I really enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, big up Tony. He's working hard on building his channel for sure.
Oh yeah, well I mean he's on all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got guys out on the street, doing YouTube shorts outside the Emirates and so forth.
To be fair, I mean he's a complete deluded fucking Arsenal fan, but you've got to give him his due, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he's more deluded than
a bit like you, to be honest.
Yeah, a bit like me, a lot like me, to be honest. Deluded as fuck. Big up the chat. I see Carl, Jordy, Malta.
Yeah, good guys, man.
Everybody must be watching. So is the game over? It's like what, the third, fourth extra time?
I've still got like 2 or 3 minutes to the game. It's kind of, I tell you what, this Wolf side's got something. They've definitely got something. I don't know why Bournemouth got rid of this manager. Because they do seem to have something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Talk to me about your favourite player, Nketiah.
Well, what's there to say? He was brilliant on the day. I mean,
it was.
He was brilliant on the day. You know, you could only play who's in front of you and so forth. And big up DJ Crane. You know, and we were praising him, and our man DJ Crane got in there and said, hey, you know, we need to pull back a bit, which I agree with as well. Let's not get too gassed. You know, it's one game. Right. Yeah. But, you know, it's like I don't want to – we all know he's not good enough, right? So there comes to a point where they keep beating a dead horse, right? We keep saying he's not good enough. And what does he do? He scores a hat trick. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? So it's just like I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He was the man of the match today. He didn't put a foot wrong today. And so, you know, I don't want him at the club anymore. I don't, you know, 5 goals in 31 games is an atrocious return. It's a terrible ratio. But maybe he did something today to spur more interest for Brentford and to, you know, swapping us with Tony and some cash. But I don't know. I don't think he necessarily earned a starting spot against West Ham in the Cup on Wednesday. I don't think he ever has really deserved a starting spot. I just think he had a very good showing today. You know?
After today, I would say totally deserves a starting spot.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, because he did what was needed to be done.
Right.
Yeah, well, I don't rate him. I don't like him. But at the end of the day, if you can, I said at the start of this day, right, this is the game where he needs to show something.
Right, you did say that.
And he did.
Yeah, I know. But that's to say.
And he did, so he deserves to start.
Yeti, if you were to roll the dice, if you were a betting man, you know, do you think you'll get the same performance from him against West Ham? And I have my doubts.
Not in a million years, but at the end of the day, you earn your spot.
Yeah, right. So
you earn your spot, and he did.
I guess there's something to be said for that. He could have earned his starting spot, but I don't know how much you watched the game this morning, but we started off pretty rubbish in the first 20, 25 minutes. I mean, it was pretty dry.
I watched all of it. I thought you was very conservative. I thought you did what you do now. The thing is, it's like I was saying earlier, Arteta needs a plan B. I said that last season. Yeah. You now seem to have a plan B, but it's like an A plus B.
Right.
He's kind of got rid of the A and gone on with the B. Whereas what he needs to do, for me, against Sheffield, you should have played like you did last season.
Just a little
you know
more
what I mean?
Yeah, just a little more faster build up and so forth to start the game. And that's a good comment because we haven't really done that, you know, in these games. It seems like every single game we've started out a bit slow. And yeah, it did take us about 40 minutes to turn it on today. I forget when Eddie's first goal was, but even after the first goal, I think there were some shaky moments, you know. But once he scored, I was pretty like, okay, this is gonna be a 3 or 4-0 game, right? Because we still had half wide open. But I don't know, man. It's like I see what you're saying. He for the performance today, based on performance, you know, individual performances. You're right. You would put him up top against West Ham, but you know. West Ham are much better defensively, and they have a midfield. And I just like if we get Eddie out there for 55, 60 minutes and he's running around.
The only reason I'm saying that now is because you haven't got anything else.
We have Martinelli and Trossard.
If you had anything else that you could put up front, then I would say that, you know, even though he scores 3 goals. I mean, because he's on 100k a week,
right,
and he's not been earning that. I mean, 30 games, 3 goals,
right. That's.
I mean,
close.
You know, I mean, but at the end of the day, the way I look at it, with when I do my management on Football Manager, even though it's Football Manager, if a player scores 3 goals, then I will give him the chance in the next game. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Sorry, and to be fair, what choice have we got?
Yeah, no,
you ain't got no choices.
I mean, you're right. If I'm Arteta, or I'm ahead of Arsenal. Right. I'm going to look at the form that what he provided the game before, hoping he can, replicate that. Right. Do the same thing. So yeah, it's a decent problem to have, but I just feel like it's like if it's not Sheffield, he doesn't do anything. If it's not Luton, he doesn't score, right? And if it's not these kind of bottom cellar clubs,
You had to mention Luton, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't
You
mention
bastard. You bastard.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, they're relegation fodder, and I think now there's been 29 or 30 goals or 20, 25 goals scored against Sheffield. I mean, they're absolutely going to get relegated. There's no doubt about that.
100%.
Yeah, they're done. But if you're the manager, the question is when you look at the West Ham lineup and you look at the importance of a cup game, because I'm at the point now I would take a League Cup. If we don't win the league, if we don't win the FA Cup, I'd say Champions League. Let's not even talk about that, right? Then yeah, I'm going to settle for the League Cup, which means we have to put out a strong team and we have to go for every trophy that's available. So you're right in that you would say that he's in form, but I still think there's the old Eddie that can just show up at any time and completely sink you. And we have Havertz up front. We can rotate Martinelli and Havertz and Trossard up front. You can rotate those three players on the left wing, the left mid, and up front. And like we've said before, it's probably even safer just to have Havertz up there because you at least know that he doesn't have to defend. And he's just kind of like if he can just get the ball and put it in the old onion bag, then that's what we want him to do. He's up front. But I'm not overly worried about the game.
But can he put in the onion bag though? I mean, come on. I mean, it's like you watch him today, right?
Oh, he was
the only things he did was just link things up. He got it passed to him, and then he passed it back, and he was totally passing it back all the time. Is he in the wrong position? I don't know, because even Arteta don't know what position he's supposed to be in. I mean, and for any managers to turn around and say, I've just spent 65 million on this guy and I don't know where to play him, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
The whole thing's a shit show. The whole transfer from the top to the bottom is crap. And again, he was just a passenger against Sheffield. It's like you would think that these lower teams would be easy. Easy peasy for someone like Kai Havertz, right? If he's Mr. German International and Ozil Part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
He could be ripping apart these teams and be looking to do that. But it's like he's kind of cowardly. It's like just get the ball and drive. I don't understand why he doesn't have the confidence to just get the ball and drive it into the box. Somebody, do a juke or something. Just find that creative spark again instead of just running up and down the pitch, following the striker around like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm helping, right? Like I'm helping. I'm standing, 8 feet behind you, watching everything. And I think Lee Gunner even mentioned in his comments after the game that he thought that Declan Rice was obviously not passing the ball to him in certain circumstances, where I guess he saw Rice looking his way and turned his head the other way. So if that's what's going on, then that's really bad because.
Well, yeah, that's bad. That is terrible.
Right? It's just absolutely non-existent.
Do you think you've got what it takes to actually win this league?
No. I think I was looking at our schedule. It's really going to be hit or miss. And I think like Man City again, they just won the Champions League and they just won last weekend. And I think I even stated after that Arsenal loss, you're going to see City just go for it. And I think we're going to see a ramp up by City again. There's just, Rodri's back. KDB, I think, is coming back probably around December, maybe I've heard. And if they have KDB back for those Christmas and Boxing Day run of games, that's when they'll take the lead. They're probably just waiting it
Yeah.
out right now. But I think even Liverpool have a shout to win it this year if they can just like, maintain. I think those two teams have a stronger chance than us, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll piss off all our Tottenham friends, whatever. But the thing is that they've played crap at the beginning, so they're going to have a lot of tough games in the run-in.
I think where Tottenham's concerned, if they can keep the first 11 fit, and they can actually do something in January and strengthen in January and give themselves a bit more depth, then I think they're going to be a team that you're going to have to look at and think, you know what, we've got to take these seriously. I mean, like Red Bull Vodka just said, respect you all cool, just LongHaired Yeti, you all cool, just being got my lodge kebab and chips and you still rolling. Yeah, I just go with it, man. Just go with it. I think 5 teams are in the title race might be a difficult year. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what I want to ask you is, what do you think about us?
Think about what?
At the minute. What do you think about us at the minute, Forest?
I think you guys have a good chance to be in the top 10. But the thing is that you guys are drawing games, right? Aren't your last 2 games draws?
Yeah.
There's just like you don't have that clinical, finish at the end or that push. But I think your squad is well fitted to make a good run, definitely for the top 10. It's just sorting out the kinks, right? Because I think the passing's there, the fight is there, and to me that's a major thing, is that you guys never stop fighting, and there's no guarantee going into a Forest game. There's no guarantee of a win, and I guess there really isn't a Premier League anyway, right? But Sheffield being the obvious one that you can take out of that, but I think going to Nottingham Forest is as tough as going to like Everton maybe back in the day when they were really strong, or going to like a strong Wolves side now. You said Wolves are looking better, which I agree with. But I think you guys are just that much better than them, though. I think you guys are better than them in the long run. You just have a little more composure. I like the way you guys move the ball around. I mean, it's just I think you've been unlucky with some of the results. You just haven't had that hold on, guys, at the end. You're holding on, but it's just hasn't worked out.
I don't agree on the passing thing because we keep passing to the opposition. That's what we did with Luton. I mean, we wasn't passing towards each other. We was sort of just kept giving the ball away, which kind of is really annoying for me because, when you're training and stuff like that, what you need to be doing is making sure you pass to your actual teammates instead of anybody else. I didn't like the Luton game. I thought it was a fucking joke, to be honest. We got 2-0 up in the lead, same as what we did against Manchester United, and then we just sat back and just let Luton. I mean, look, I'm not being funny, right? But a team like Luton, you have got to be some kind of fucking idiot to think that they are going to go 2-0, 4-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 down and not just come at you.
Right.
They went 2-0 down. They was always going to come at us because they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
We fucked up in that game big time.
I think if you guys had a better manager that just had maybe a little more Premier League experience, like if you guys had a De Zerbi, I think you would be a much different side.
Is it manager though, or is it players? Because if you listen to Cooper's like, I don't understand what we did there. We just sort of like dropped back and all this kind of stuff. So sometimes what you got to take into account, it's like Brian Clough used to say, it's like you give the instruction, but it's down to what the players do on the pitch.
How they execute.
So if the players get worried or frightened and start dropping back, then that's not down onto the manager. I mean, I'm not saying it is down to him or
Sure.
whatever,
It's a
but
combination.
the fact of the matter is, we dropped back, and then they was only ever going to do one thing
Just keep
because
pushing
it's the
it.
only thing they can do.
Right.
They was going to
Well,
attack us.
That you're outlining why you may need a new manager. If Steve Cooper doesn't know why they're doing that, then it's up to Steve Cooper to be yelling.
No, I'm not.
in
I'm not.
direction,
I'm not
you know?
outlining that we need a new manager. When a manager says something, and then the players do something different on the pitch,
Well,
that's not down to the manager.
well, when the manager says something and the players don't execute, you're right. But that the way each player interprets those directions is different. So that's when Cooper needs to say, "Oh, it's a collective. They're not doing what I asked them to do. I need to get up and start waving planes in."
Yeah, but no
moving
manager's going to
forward.
turn around and say the players didn't do what I wanted them to do,
That's
because then
kind of
he's calling out the players. If it was me, I would totally call out the players. But managers nowadays don't do that.
right. And,
You know, they
Alex
do it
Ferguson
as
said,
in, you know.
stays in the dressing room, stays in the dressing room, right? What happens stays in there. So, but I guess what I'm saying is, if he's given directions, they're not implementing it or executing it correctly, then he has to get up and say something and not let that continue, right? And I think what you're saying is right. It is at the end of the day, I believe it's 70% players, 30% manager, because the manager has the tactical plan, but if you're the player, you're the one lacing your boots up and going out there and having the vision to execute that plan, right? But if you're like you're saying, if you're falling off that, then it's up to the manager on the sideline to see that and galvanize the defense or their midfield and say, push up, push, push, push.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with you. I
that's
agree with you
where the
on that.
manager aspect comes in. If he doesn't have maybe the authority or the know-how to galvanize the players when they're not executing correctly, that's one of the hardest things the managers. Then, I mean, I just think that if you had a manager with a little more pedigree, maybe a little more EPL experience, maybe De Zerbi's not the right alternative, but I think you have a significant, strong team. You have good names in there, and you have again a team that fights. You guys fight every game. And I think that's why you guys have drawn with us and have played better than us and deserve to win over us, because we've fallen back into what you're saying as well, where we've fallen back defensively, and then it's on Arteta to say, what the fuck you guys doing? Let's get up the pitch and move the ball. Let's get mobile, right? The players, they got to pick that up in themselves, but sometimes I think the manager needs to, redirect, right? If something's going out there wrong, you as a manager, you have to redirect what's going on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's where Cooper.
But he's still down to the player if he does it.
Right.
If you turn around to a player and say, like, make sure you mark this guy, or make sure you go on to this guy every time he gets the ball, it's still down to the player if he actually does that. For sure. You know what I mean?
And then you yank him.
I mean, yeah, you look at Arteta, right? You look at Arteta, yeah? And if you look at the players that he's ditched, yeah, the players that he's ditched are the ones who are winners, who have actually done something in the past. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Tierney, this, that, and the other. They're the ones that's gone. And they've gone for the simple reason is because they're looking at him and going, you ain't got a clue, mate. You don't know what you're talking about. Right. He wants younger players because he knows he can mold them.
Right. And that's a good trait for a manager to have. But is Arteta the one to do that? Probably not. So, but the other side of the coin, Eddie, is what you're saying. That if I kind of lost my train of thought there. Sorry. What you were saying before, just back before your final thought. It just takes.
It's not Jerry Springer. I'm not having a final thought.
But Arteta does have, I guess, what I'm trying to get you. No, right. His thing's Jerry Springer. Yeah. Final thoughts. Don't get 6 women pregnant, right? At the same weekend. So I guess what I'm saying back to Arteta is that where Arteta I think does have strength is he is able, and I'm not going to say he has a plan B, but he is able somewhat to galvanize them, to get them to redirect sometimes. And we know sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, that's where we say, oh shit, the plan B's falling apart. Because we saw many games going, even last season where we dominated, just didn't come out as winners, Southampton, Liverpool, West Ham, etc., when we drew those 3 games and basically collapsed in our trophy run. There was times where
if you had what you've got now,
I know what I was going to tell you, but look
then
against
I don't think you would have bottled that.
To get back to my thought again, like you were saying, he ditched winners, but in the end, we were better. Right? In the end, I know this sounds crazy. Kieran Tierney's not playing, and we're undefeated still. Aubameyang is long gone. We finished second. We're constantly pushing for the title this season. I mean, we're 2 points behind Spurs. We beat Man City. So you start to think, well, was the Aubameyang, kick out the right move? Because look at where we had gone to without him. I mean, some gooners can say that. You can use that his sending off of players that we adored.
Do you think if you had a better manager, that Aubameyang would have been better?
Yes, because Arteta played him out of position many times as we saw him at left wing, and he wanted him to cut in and invert as he went into the final third, and that's not what he does. A striker runs forward looking for a through ball. A winger cuts in, but they don't. But he was having them invert at the halfway line, like that never made sense. You'd have Lacazette way up front and Aubameyang almost practically at left wide back. There's many streams you can go back and watch alongs with Lee Gunner and Ola saying, why is Aubameyang left wide back? Carl Rossi would answer that. DJ Crane. There was many streams where we saw Aubameyang left wide, and he was immobile and couldn't do anything because he didn't know where to go. We would scream at Arteta about that. And so eventually, Aubameyang to me bled the red and white. He saved Arteta's job in some cases and won us the FA Cup and got us up in the league against United a few times when he scored crucial goals. And I rated him, but at the same time, it's kind of like if after he left, we finished second, right? I mean that's the real truth of it. After he left, we finished second. We were heading the Premier League for 284 days, 93%, right? We all know the numbers. But he did it without the players that he needed to get rid of, that he felt he needed to get rid of.
Yeah.
Right? Aubameyang would be phenomenal for us. He'd be phenomenal at Wolves, Everton, etc., right? He'd be the star player. But, I don't think Steve Cooper would have him playing on the left wide back either. Steve Cooper would realize that Aubameyang is an absolute beast when he gets the ball 3 or 4 yards in front of him. You can't catch him.
Yeah.
And he's a poacher.
But that kind of shows Arteta's inability to see the ability of a player.
And that's our frustration. But in the end, he got rid of him, and we still, right? I still go back to we got rid of him, and we got second place. So if we were to keep him, there's no real proof or evidence that we would have finished that high.
Could you have possibly got first place if you'd have kept him?
That's a very, very, very good question. Maybe, but then maybe Granit Xhaka would have played as good. Maybe Saka would have become star boy under right in front of our eyes. There's so many things that could have gone different, but I can't fault Arteta for letting him go now when we finish second the following season. It seems like a smart move. As much as I don't want Arteta, and I did declare about 4 weeks ago, I think it was after one of those games where we were horrible. I was like, I'm done. And I'm still done because there is better out there. We need someone with a real pedigree of winning trophies is what we need. But again, you look at the evidence. Tierney out. Tomiyasu stepped in and done pretty well. Tierney's my guy. But the Aubameyang thing, I think in the end, Arteta has won in that debate because he's got second place. I mean, that's all the proof he would need to make his case for letting him go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but I mean, I think I honestly think that the players that he got rid of was winners,
Yeah, yeah. And
and
other clubs and other leagues, yeah.
he just wants younger players to try and mould them and stuff like that, which is fair enough. I
Right.
mean, I understand that, but I mean, the thing is, would you rather have a Bamiyang up front or Nketiah?
Right. Well, today I would rather have Nketiah against West
Today
Ham.
you would, yeah.
Yeah, right. And that's I know that's a shit answer, but no, I would absolutely keep Aubameyang right now over Eddie Nketiah. There's no doubt in my mind. But you're right. I mean, he is trying to grow some players. We see that in his selections and so forth. But let me ask you the question, and this is what I was talking with TJ and Connor about yesterday. So you're talking about bleeding in new players, right? Giving younger players experience, and David Rea, right, on loan, our goalkeeper. So let me ask you: is this the right season for us to be bleeding in essentially a new goalkeeper?
No,
Of course not. Why would you risk?
100% not. Hundred
Right,
percent not, and it ain't the right time to be bleeding in a new tactical style either.
right. So
Your tactical style should have been the same as last season,
right.
and then work and then do the conservative thing
Okay.
for the plan B.
Let me give you another hypothetical. Okay. So with that said, let's say we win 2 trophies. We win in the FA Cup. The next year, God bless, we win. Well, let's say we win the FA Cup and we win the title 2 years from now. David Rea is still with us. Well, let's say next
Mm.
year we win something this year. We win the FA Cup. David Rea stays. Do we keep with the Rea thing? I mean, it's like I don't know what the end result is with the Rea Ramsdale because to me they're two very very similar players. Rea's ball
Mm.
distribution's better. I'll give him that. The ball he gave out to Martinelli today when he made his run in the box was absolutely superb. But the argument is that Ramsdale could do the same thing, but maybe he's just not being asked to do the same thing. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always something you got to
And
take into
so
account.
is
I
so
don't
does
think Ramsdale's capable of that. To be honest, I don't
to get
think.
the ball
The
down to
thing
the center.
is, things
And
have changed with goalkeepers.
mm,
A goalkeeper used to just keep goal and then, put the ball out to somebody and kick the ball up in the air and then the other players would win the ball. Now it's about making the goalkeeper a sweeper keeper,
right.
whereas, he's
Utilize
part of the play. So, you've got to take that into account. Raya is more part of the sweeper keeper thing, whereas Ramsdale is more of the shot stopping and all that kind of stuff. But he's not very good at distributing the ball. You could see that last season. It hurt
right.
you last season, so
That's the
you could
argument.
see
Is
it.
Arteta telling him to distribute that way, or playing out the back? I mean,
Mm.
we didn't really have to do that today because there was nothing for the keeper to do. Like I'm completely against the playing out the back. I like the lob passes into the midfielder on the left and right.
Yeah.
Um, so the thing is, though, I want to go back to a question for you. So let's say hypothetically we win the league with Ray and Ramsdale. So is next season the time to bleed in a keeper? Like when's the proper time? And goalkeeper is a very important position. Like when is the
Mm.
proper time to bring someone like David Rea in? I mean, to me, it's like not when you're in an extreme trophy hunt. I mean, if we were
Mm.
fourth or fifth right now, I could kind of see it. If we were, 7 points off if we were like Man United or Chelsea are right now, yes, bleed in a new goalkeeper because something's not working, right? But
Yeah.
nothing was officially broken with Ramsdale, and that's where I don't understand the energy we're putting into this Raya cat. Like you said, he's better at some things than Ramsdale and not at others. But I just don't think this is the season to be concentrating on the number one, the goalkeeper position, essentially, and number two, having this, causing yourself more mental struggle, right, between Ramsdale and Raya when there really wasn't a problem to begin with. Right?
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
This is not the season to be bleeding in a new goalkeeper. This is just not the season to do that.
Well, he's not just bleeding in a new goalkeeper, though, is he? He's bleeding in a new midfielder in Havertz.
Right, and that's the other problem, and this is why I don't. And these are two examples why I don't think we're going to win the league, because we're already caught up on getting these players better and up to Arsenal standard when we should have just purchased Arsenal standard. Not to say David Raya isn't, right, because I know he's one of the top goalkeepers in the league, but it's time and energy. You see what I'm saying, Yeti? Why are we putting the time and energy into this conversation? Why is Arteta giving himself a problem where there really wasn't?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. I mean, it's too soon. I mean, what you was doing last season. I mean, you was at top of the league for 93% of it. Yeah, and you was playing really good football.
Yeah,
You was fucking destroying teams, to be honest. And then all of a sudden he brings in Havertz, who just dismantled it all.
right.
It just makes no sense.
Puts a kink in the cog, man.
When you're winning titles left, right, and centre, then
Yeah,
you bring in a Havertz.
that's where I was getting to. Right, you win a title or two, or a title in FA Cup or what have you. Then you start looking at, okay, who can I get in that's younger, freshen up the squad, challenge
Mm,
the squad. But you don't do that when you haven't won a fucking trophy in 20 years. You need
exactly.
the
Yeah.
best, and you need to build upon the season before, not give yourself more headaches with selection of keepers. And it's like he's available, great.
It just looks like fucking arrogance, mate. It
Right.
really does look like
It
arrogance.
is way. And it goes in part with the Thomas Party playing it right back. He wants to win his special way, which I'm sorry, that's not management. That's greed. That's
Mm,
overconfidence, and that's overthinking your own abilities.
mm,
Don't break
100%.
what isn't broken. We don't do that in our normal lives. I don't want it in my football club, right?
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
like Football Manager, FIFA, any of them that we all play and love. You're not going to make just dumb decisions. Even just playing Football Manager, you're still going to pick your best
Mm,
11. You're not going to
of
pick.
course you
You're not
will.
going to go to the transfer market and give yourself problems on which goalkeeper to pick for the weekend.
Mm,
It's bizarre, man, and I don't understand it. Now is not the time to bleed in new players.
no, I mean, he's just, he, to me, that is absolutely crazy. I mean, maybe, like, say, Havertz might turn into somewhere. I don't see it. I'll be honest, I don't
Right.
see it at all.
He shouldn't have as many games as he's got already. Bleeding in new players would be like, okay, if we bought Pedro Neto, well, okay, you bleed him in. He knows his role. He's in a Premier League club to a better club. Like, there's no real bleeding in, right? But a
Mm,
goalkeeper is the one you're telling him to distribute the ball this way, play the ball out this way, don't kick it, throw it this way, right? He's giving them specific instructions. Where Pedro Neto or
mm,
somebody like that, you can say, go do what you got to do to win us games, and that's all.
yeah, yeah.
Right? There's no like you
Well,
can't.
I mean, I think you buy in a player to do what they do.
Right,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Instead of actually buying in a player to then all of a sudden mold
Train
them
them.
into what they do.
But I think,
I mean, that is just mental.
that's the art. Some of the Arteta mo is to mold these players into his team that he wants the identity of. That's how I.
Yeah, because
That's arrogant.
he
That's how I
thinks he's
feel about it.
Pep and he's not.
Right, right. And Pep, I don't know if he really does that. He'll play. When he started bringing Phil Foden in, I
Mm,
think they had they were weak on the left side or at left mid because KDB played on the right. You know, and you have to bring academy kids in. It's kind of part of the way it's run, right? Part of the structure of the club. but it's just the David Raya thing. I don't know if I'm going to really get over that soon because it's another area that we just didn't really need all that improvement in when we needed it in other
Mm,
areas, you know. The
mm.
Kai
Yeah,
Havertz
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
and and also
But
David.
it's just like he's got this standard that he wants to sort
Right.
of, you've got Edison, who's a cracking
Oh yeah,
goalkeeper,
he's class.
and
Alice.
he plays it out, same as Allison, Liverpool. They are cracking goalkeepers in that respect. I mean, to be fair to them, um, when you learn as a goalkeeper, that's not part of your game.
Mm,
Back in the day, that was not part of your game. Part of
right.
your game was just being a goalkeeper, keeping the ball out of the net, and then just kicking it up the field for other players and stuff like that. So the game's changed in that respect, and I think Ray will work out at some point. Whether you'll keep Ramsdale, though, I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
think some other team will come in and take him, to be fair. Because
just
you
make
can
him.
have somebody in the background,
Mm,
but if it's somebody in the background that's as good as Ramsdale, you're going to lose them.
yeah, yeah.
Do you
Oh,
know what I
you're
mean?
gonna want to leave. Yeah, absolutely. Even Emmy Martinez put up with Arsenal for like 9 years before we let his crazy ass go.
Mm-hmm.
I lost mass respect for him when he did that stupid trophy celebration at the
Should have
World
never
Cup.
let his
God,
ass
that was
go, to
so
be
fucking
honest.
dumb. I was so well. I'm glad he's gone now after that shit he pulled at the World Cup. I just,
Mm.
I thought he was very average anyway. I know some people really rated him, but anyway, he's long gone. He's not even part of the picture anymore, right? Um, so with all that, so with Forest, where do you guys need to strengthen in January?
Personally, we need to, in my opinion, we need to strengthen in midfield. We need to start controlling games. We need to be fair, I mean, a lot of the players that we've got are out at the minute. I mean, if we had Philippe and we had Niakate in the defence, we'd be such more a solid team. Unfortunately for Worrell and McKenna, they're just not cutting it.
Right.
They're really not cutting it, and they're probably going to be the defence tomorrow anyway.
Mm.
But we need Philippe. Philippe is just
He's
different
a beast.
class.
Yeah,
He's totally
Atletico Madrid,
different
right?
class,
Was he at Atletico Madrid?
and I don't think he's anywhere near ready to come back after his injury. Apart from, assuming from what Cooper said anyway in his conference, then there's nobody who's injured who's coming back. So I don't think we're going to have a 1 year. I don't think we're going to have Philippe. And I think we need those players, you
Right.
know. And if it's McKenna and Worrell tomorrow, or McKenna and Bolly, or whatever,
Mm.
I have faith in Bolly and stuff like that. McKenna's just not reaching those heights for me. And Worrell, yeah, he's doing all right, but he's just not reaching the heights that we need, to be honest. And I think that is the biggest issue we've got tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting game because tomorrow's going to be defense
Liverpool.
like against defense.
Mm-hmm.
If we go for it and they go for it, it's going to come down to who's got the strongest midfield, which I think we have with Sangori, Dominguez, and Mangala. Um, and it's going to come down to basically who can get to the defence.
And you have
If we
Liverpool.
play low block, then we could be in trouble. Then we
Because you
could
have
be looking
Liverpool,
at
right?
a massive thrashing. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's at Anfield, and you can't,
You think your midfield's
you
better
know.
than McAllister and Szoboszlai?
Yeah, I think we can. I think
Really?
we can do better than that. Yeah.
I don't know. Those guys are McAllister's pretty fucking good, bro.
McAllister's good, don't get me
Good.
wrong, and
Ryan Gravenberch
Slobosly's
looks
good.
the real deal. I think
It
this is going to be a
depends
tough
who
game for
else
you
they
guys.
go.
Yeah,
It is going to be a tough
it's gonna
game.
be a
There's
tough
no
one.
doubt about that. No doubt about that. It's going to be a tough game.
But I mean, maybe there's something in your midfield that'll, just keep those guys, on their butts because
Mm.
when they get the ball, man, they're just I just think they're gonna pass it through you guys. At times,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think it's gonna be like
he's
a
yeah.
5-0 or nothing, but it's gonna be. I don't think it's if you guys don't start out, if you guys don't start out strong, it's gonna be a long day at the office.
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally. I mean, this is probably going to be the toughest watch along I've ever done because you're probably going to see me get really fucking
Yeah,
angry
yeah.
on this one.
There's gonna be
You know,
mistakes,
because I
bro.
don't like Liverpool, can't stand them.
Mm,
You know, so it's going to be a real difficult one tomorrow. But whatever, you know, it's Premier League. You've got to like take on these pieces of shit.
yeah,
So you know, we've got to do it at the end of the day.
you
So
do. Yeah, if I don't know if I don't think you guys will win, but a draw could happen if you just like you
hmm.
said if they just play a physical game and knock them off the ball because you give them time on the ball, man, they're gonna ice you guys. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, 100%, hundred
Just
percent.
knock them off the ball. And
Mm.
yes, Red Bull, I am from Portland, Oregon, USA, bro. But yeah, if you guys get physical with them, I think you can get something out of that. Because if you just keep them
Yeah,
under
I mean,
just get the ball off them, it's going to be difficult. But I mean, it's
oh yeah,
doable.
it's gonna be massively difficult.
Yeah,
Like Cooper said earlier on his conference. If people think this season's going to be easy because we've stayed in the league, then you need to think again.
it's
The
really
one
that.
thing that's going for us at the minute, is the other teams that's near the bottom are
Mm,
worse than we are.
a lot.
So you know, we are on a move towards sort of being something again. You know, been 23 years in the championship, so you know we're on a move to sort of being something again. It's going to be a tough game. I don't
Sure.
even, you know, I'm not going to be. I mean, I said on the stream the other day that we was going to win 2-1. That's
Mm.
just Forest eyes. You know what I mean?
Or
It's going to be a tough game. It always is at Anfield. You know, it's going to be difficult. You got Salah, you got Diaz. I mean, they're all good players.
I think
Uh,
my prediction for you guys yesterday on the show was I think 3-2
mm,
because I think that I truly think that Liverpool's defense is pretty sus. Like they can get
yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's going to be quite an end-to-end game
yeah.
in that respect.
I think their defense is mistakes. Van Dyke is not the player he was 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Nah, nah.
You know, he's good and he's really good, but I don't know. I think that you guys have a chance. If you can get some players in the box that
Mm,
are physical, get them to be physical and just like
yeah.
literally look for pens. Like literally look for pens.
Mm.
I know that sounds weird. It's probably not even a strategy that any manager would
I don't want to look
say.
for pens.
But the thing is that if you can get your forwards in there and get physical with their defenders, they will get upset and they will get frazzled, right? And
Mm,
I know
mm,
that's not a strategy, right? But if it comes down to it, just get physical with them because they're going to get frazzled because I
yeah.
think they need to win. You want to win, they need to win. And
Yeah,
they'll slow
100%.
you
I've
guys
got to go
down.
for a pee, mate. I'll be back in a
All right,
sec.
go for a B. Big up, Red Bull. It is exactly 12:15 p.m. Nightclub. What nightclub we going to? A little bit of God's Kitchen, Gate Crasher. Oomps, 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 oomps. Never really do these by myself. Make it a quick piss, bro. Anyway, you take Salah out, they will. Yeah, very true. Salah's having a good season, but I just think you know Red Bull. for some of these top EPL teams, you just got to knock them off the ball. You got to go, go in there, maybe get 3 or 4 yellow cards. You just got to be physical with them. You cannot give these teams time on the ball. I have not ever been to England. I've been to Australia, Mexico, and Canada. Those are the only 3 countries I've been. I'm planning to come. Hopefully, me and the missus can get over there. I'm hoping the beginning of next season and catch a couple Arsenal games, or maybe in September when the weather's still pretty nice. Catch a Champions League game if we're in it, or a Europa League and a weekend game. So yeah, there's plans and money put aside to come to London 2024. But I don't know. I still got kids that need braces, and I need to get a new shower for our upstairs bathroom. So there's financial strains to that, you could say. So where were we? Eddie Nketiah, man of the match.
Fucking hell.
Look,
Yeah, but I mean, same what we were saying before. I mean, these are the tests. The Liverpools at Anfield are the tests. And, we've got to see how we come through it. Because if we're going to stay in this league, then we've got to see how we come through it. So, and that is what it's all about. If you can't handle those tests, then you don't deserve to be in the Premier League, do you? But there is teams worse than us, so we have a chance in that respect.
I still think Everton are, could be relegated. I don't think they're out of the mud at all. I know we're talking mostly Sheffield, Burnley, Luton, but I think you could throw Everton almost in there as well. And Wolves, I mean, I know they're looking good now, but they could have a collapse. 2 or 3 games of not winning, their season's pretty much done. Oh man!
I think they've got a team. I think they've got a decent manager. I think they've got a team that is really up for the fight.
And that there you said again. And I think teams like Wolves, yours, Crystal Palace, it's kind of like the expectation is like, depending on who you're playing, of course, isn't to win, but it's to go out there and make a fucking game of it. And if you guys can really go out there and just make a game of the Liverpool game, they won't score.
Yeah.
I say while you went to take a slash that, just if this is a game you need 4 or 5 yellow cards in, this is the game to do it.
Mate, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not confident about tomorrow.
No, I'm not confident.
I'm not confident at all.
But if you guys show enough fight, you will get a draw out of that game because But if you're not physical with them, you don't push them off the ball, they're just going to.
I just don't like the way we all of a sudden just let Luton take over the game. And that is my biggest issue with tomorrow. Because if we do that with Liverpool, we're in trouble.
If you come out to play, you're in trouble. If you come out to
see me, personally, I would come out and play.
Yeah, me too. But coming out and playing smart and coming out and to play, expansive attacking football against one of the best teams in the world practically is, I don't know, is that kind of a suicide mission?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Man United's one of the best teams in the world in that respect. But, judging by past what they've done and all that kind of stuff, I think that's more Man United. But the thing is with Liverpool is it's at Anfield. That is the biggest issue for me.
Yeah.
It's at Anfield. It's a tough game. We can do it. We can do it if we're all on the right page.
It's all about the fight.
Exactly. It's all about the fight, and that's what we do. We do fight, and we have got a better away record than what we had last season. So who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, I've always got to back my boys. You know, I've always got to back my team.
Mhm.
So, do I think we can do it? Yes, 100%. Do I think we will do it? Yeah, 100%. But it's like, you know, it's just down to the way we turn up to that game.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's down to you've got to shut down Salah, you've
Yep.
got to shut down Diaz. There's so many players. Their attack is amazing.
It's pretty
Amazing.
amazing.
Their
Yeah.
midfield ain't great. It's not great.
No, but it's not. It's not terrible either,
No,
right? I
it's
mean,
not terrible.
it's coming together because think of how long they had like Fabinho. They had Fabinho, I think, in the club for 8 years, right? They had who were their other
They
midfielders?
don't have a CDM man for a start. Not a good
Fabinho was
CDM.
sort of their CDM, but he was there, I think, 7 or 8 seasons. So that's a complete with McAllister. That's a complete rebuild in that position.
Hmm.
With Luis Diaz, well, this is his second year at Liverpool. Um, Great player, but I think at times can be lacking in finishing. Um, but to me, their striker Darwin Núñez, we really used to slag him off, but he's good, dude. He's really good. He was worth 85 million.
He is good.
He was
He is
worth
good.
85
But at the end of the day, we've got to get. My biggest issue is with the defence. My biggest issue at the moment with Forest is with the defence. It's just not. It's not good enough without Philippe. It's just not good enough. If Philippe plays, then it might be a different story. I don't know. It's one of them, innit? It's one of them where it's like you're always gonna big up your guys, you're always gonna big up your own team. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one
Yeah,
tomorrow.
nobody wants to
There's
go to
no
Liverpool.
doubt about it. It's a tough one.
Nobody wants to go to Anfield, bro. Nobody.
Mm,
I mean, I've never been
exactly.
anywhere that I don't want to go to Anfield.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
so yeah, my channel's right there, Red Bull, Oregon Goon, right there in the comments. I don't really do much of
Yeah,
this.
Oregon Goo. Make sure you follow this guy. He's awesome guy.
I'm like 1 or 2 off
Make
of
sure you
100
follow him.
subs. So yeah, feel free to sub. I play some FIFA and some Call of
Nice
Duty. I
one,
don't
man.
do much talk commentary stuff, but feel free to subscribe.
Mm.
That'd be great. Thank you. But yeah, again, it's Liverpool last season. Everybody's like, oh yeah, they look like crap. Well, they turned it on at the end of last season. I think that when they came back in that 2-2 draw against us was kind of the turning point in their season. That was definitely mid-season. But yeah, I'm sorry. My prediction I think is 3-1 Liverpool. I made yesterday on the American Idiots show, and
No,
obviously
I agree.
the firepower is there. I mean,
Mm.
Nunez is playing well. Diaz is playing well. Soboslai, he may be
Mm.
injured. I'm not sure, but McAllister can score as a defensive mid. Who's the one they have on the left? Curtis Jones is looking decent.
Yeah.
And another good example, like we talked about, like bleeding in players. Playing them in games that make sense, and then playing them, later. Let's say the following season in games that make sense, right? Klopp has done an amazing job with Curtis Jones. He fucking has done an amazing job. For
Yeah,
3
yes.
years, that lad
Yeah.
has slowly come into the team.
Yeah.
The injury, he's in.
100%.
Someone's sick
100%.
or not playing well, he may come in the 60th minute. Big up Curtis Jones. Young kid. He's not the finished article yet, but he does a job for Liverpool, and I almost guarantee that he would be
Elliot as well.
Arsenal or even Forest or Chelsea or United. They have slowly brought him up to where he is now, and he is playing really, really well. Hey, I'm a big Call of Duty guy. Vodka, yeah, definitely semi-pro.
Elliot's not doing too bad either.
No.
I mean, you can tell that Klopp
There's
is
some-
like a total player coach.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted Klopp the minute Arsene Wenger put out his. Once he became available, I wanted Klopp. He was when Wenger really started falling off in 15, 16, well, after Leicester's season, I was like, we need to make it. My thought was we need to make a change now, and Jurgen Klopp is the one to lead us forward. I think he's a
Mm,
phenomenal manager. He is. I just
mm,
like everything about him, but his energy, his passion, his interviews after games, his smile, his charisma. I want to play for him, literally, and I'm not even obviously a
mm.
Liverpool fan, but I can see why players 100% to him because
Mm.
he's a very got a very magnetic personality and the passion you can just see. And I just was hoping he would bring that to Arsenal because Arsene Wenger was kind of a solemn type guy, right?
Mm.
You know, just kind of just kind of there sometimes while Klopp was like, we did this right, we did this wrong, we're going to get better, trust me, believe me, with a big grin on his face. You never really got that from Wenger, and I just thought that would have been a good contrast, from Wenger to Klopp and what we could have developed under him. But yeah,
No, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I mean, Klopp is an annoying prick. He's an
he's
annoying
fucking
prick,
good, man.
but he's kind of like when I always used to watch ice hockey, and you had a player that came on and like annoyed the shit out of you, but
Yeah.
you'd be like, he annoys me, but I'd love to have him on my team.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And Klopp is
Yeah.
exactly the same as that. So, I mean, I'm not going to. I think the best thing we can get out tomorrow is a draw,
Yeah, for sure.
to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the best thing we can get out tomorrow, being totally 100% honest. The best thing we can get out of it is a draw.
What was the final score of their Toulouse game Thursday? Was it 4-1 or 3-1? Did you remember? Did they beat
What was
Toulouse
the
4-1?
what was the what? Sorry.
Europa League, their Liverpool's game Thursday. They played Toulouse. Is that how you say it? The French
I
team.
didn't see it. I
I
didn't
think
see
I
it.
was watching some of it. It's 3-1 at one point, I think. And I don't know if they
Mm.
went on 1-4-1. But yeah, they're going to be ready to play, Yeti. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
shit.
I get it, man. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I'm not looking forward to it. I'll be honest. I'm gonna do a watch along, but
It'll be
I
a
ain't
great watch
looking
on.
forward
Yeah.
to
Just don't throw your beer cans too hard on the ground and break
it.
something, you know. But I think,
Yeah, well.
but I do get what your vibe about getting behind the team.
Mm,
Let's look to get them off the ball. If it takes 4 or 5 yellow cards and 4 or 5 different players, sometimes that's the tactic.
mm.
Because I think if you play expansive and open up, they are going to fucking just annihilate you guys. And
Yeah,
you're hoping they're
100%.
just going to be
100%.
like, they're just going to go for it. But I got to bounce, buddy. It's 12:30. I got good
Yeah, no
stuff going
worries,
on.
man.
I got to take my son to
Shout
chiropractic.
your stuff out.
Thanks, man, for sending me the link. It's great to catch up with you.
No worries,
Check
man.
me out, Oregon Goon on YouTube. Red Bull Vodka, my guy. 5-1. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they crushed Toulouse the other day. So good luck with that, Yeti, tomorrow. Yeah, big call of duty, man, Red Bull. Come and sub, leave a like. We can chat if you want to get a game in or something sometime. I'm pretty active. I stream once in a while. Come and sub, say hello. Thanks for hanging out today. And thanks again, Yeti, for the link and the invite. Sorry it's a little late. But I'm glad we got in
No
this
worries,
chat. I had
man.
a lot of fun. Good times.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, everybody who's been here for this watch along and whatever we do. And I'll have a watch along tomorrow for the Forest Liverpool game. That's going to be interesting because you might see the fucking Yeti fucking rear his teeth in that one because I don't like Liverpool, never have. And I when I started out, I was an Everton fan, so because basically all the things on the TV was Everton against Liverpool in the FA Cup. So I became an Everton fan. Then all of a sudden, fan Forest. So I started to love them. But I hate Liverpool with a passion. With a passion.
Did you grow up in Merseyside, or did you grow up here in London?
No, I grew up in Nottingham, mate.
Oh, no,
But
okay.
I fucking hate Liverpool with a passion, mate. An absolute passion. And I'd love to beat them weird-looking, stealing bastards tomorrow. Love to beat them. But, we'll see how it goes. Thank you, everybody who's been in here. And we will see you all later. Yeti out.